That's great, actually.
Yeah. It's crazy. So I'm surprised, and it's just high schoolers. My target market, so.
Yeah, definitely those ones.
Yeah, so I think it's because of stress registration, application, all of those things. Alright, we're ready on. So how do I do this again? I'm still new to the game. So let me just hit the song first. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Ubuntu and Law. Hey, it's good to have you back. As promised, last time we spoke about this special young lady. She was not here, but I had a good feeling that she would show up. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce you. Or rather, let me allow her to introduce herself. Laura, take it away.
Hi guys, my name is Kezegile Laura Samopa, but everyone calls me Laura. I'm a final year law student. I'm working a full-time job, and I'd say I'm studying full-time because, I do it full-time. I do extracurricular activities, I study every day, so yeah.
Yeah. You know, when I was going to fetch you right here, so we talked about you and just the challenges that you face as a female, especially in this country. I don't know, did you touch about that or in Lela? I think you said with the equality plays a huge role in understanding or balancing the two gender. Am I off?
You good?
Okay. Oh yeah, okay, that's it. Let's get straight to my questions because you can tell you're very nervous. Both of us, like I said, I'm still learning the ropes of this thing, so I'm just gonna be myself, So, from a question, Saturday. So tell us about your journey. So why did you choose this career? Why did you choose to pursue law?
Oh, okay. My journey to law. It was always at the back of my mind until one day I had taken a gap year, and then we were at this flat with my mom. And then there was this white lady. I think she's Judah or something, like she's a white lady. So this woman just evicted us unfairly because someone had promised to increase her rent, and then she just took our clothes and threw them out of the house without our permission because she had a spare key. In that moment, it triggered me, and I was like, I will never in my life have someone do this to us ever again. And I took interest in law, and I just told myself I'm gonna be the voice for the voiceless and the voice for my family, and no one is ever gonna take advantage of us in that manner.
Yeah, that is terrible. That is what we call injustices. So, so I'm pretty sure that lady was not allowed to do the things the way I in the corner. So, so from that day on, we decided I'm going to be I'm going to know my rights. I'm going to be practicing advocate or attorney, which journey you want to take now. Wow, you're still not in movie though, I'm not gonna lie. It's just
it is
injustice. I have the opportunity and the power and so forth and so forth. So very interesting. I'm pausing and learning. I know my messages. Okay. Angel, how would you describe your academic journey?
My academic journey, honestly, it has been a roller coaster, but I'm grateful for one thing that I have, which is God. Especially last year, last year was hectic for me, and I had prayed. I was like, God, I need to pass and go to my final year. To a point where I will go to work today and tomorrow I'll be writing, and that your modules, they are very tough. So I was like, God, be with me in this journey. I prayed my way to pass those exams. And I passed all of them.
Wow,
I
you're
passed
very
all of them.
resilient. So balancing your work and what you do and studying. So how did you do it? Because I would imagine, Guti, during your job you have to wake up 6 o'clock. You have to be 7 at a specific time, and then you're there a whole day, lunch up on one lap, and then later on, I think 6 or 5, you're back, and then exhausted. It's been a hectic day. There's some things you need to do in your job. So how did you balance that? And then you have to studies. Remember, modules are very difficult in that year. So imagine even reading or going through a unit that takes about probably 2 hours, depending on how you go about it. So how do you balance those two?
Like I said, the first one was prayer for me. So
Yeah.
like passing them was a miracle. But the second thing is discipline.
Yeah.
There's something that Oprah once said. He said we have 24 hours in a day. So you need to be aware of how you spend those 24 hours. For example, I know that I spent like 8 hours at work. So when I come back from work, sometimes I cook, sometimes I don't. And then I rest maybe for like an hour, like maybe looking at social media or anything just to relax my mind. And then after that, I do studying. I do intense studying. And then after that, after the intense studying, I rest.
Yeah.
And then I prayed. Like I prayed over my academics. Honestly, that's what I did the most.
So that was your repetition, the things you did over and over. We can there also, did you enjoy it? Did you have anything fun? Because work, study, 1 hour, answer. Because that takes discipline. We live in an era whereby people get addicted to social media. You think, you better for 5 minutes and then it's 3 hours.
Yes.
So how did you do that? Like weekend job, was it the same? Was it repetition? Did you do the very same thing Monday to Sunday? If you're not working, you're studying.
Oh no. On weekends, especially Saturdays I'll just switch off my phone and spend the whole day maybe watching a movie or anything. Like Saturdays for me are very sacred. I make sure I'm at home, I'm sleeping the whole day, I'm watching a movie. I don't want to take any calls or talk to anyone because it's a resting day. It's important to rest as well.
Yeah.
So on Sundays I go to church, it's a half day, and then I come back, I study. Yeah. And then on Saturdays as well, maybe in the evenings, that's when I study. But like those are my resting days, Saturdays, because the entire week I'll be busy.
Yeah, so your social life, going out to your friends, Yeah.
Well, social life, honestly, I don't have that much. Honestly, I don't have that much. My social life is basically me hanging out with people at church. That's the only social life I have. Otherwise, nah, I don't have that as much.
Yeah, you're very disciplined, and I think it's because of the hard work and the consistent. Because social life is time that is essentially wasted if you want to that you're not gonna go with, or if they're not genuine friends or connections. So imagine living like that. So I would say God and your hard work and perseverance and repetition helped you in passing that year. Because that year,
It's tough.
that year.
It's tough.
I know that. So, what values guide you as a student in South Africa today?
In what sense?
So let's say values in terms of you, what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. When it's examination season, it's like that message, hey, 300 rand, you get the memorandum,
Yeah.
and then like, I'm desperate, I'm not sure who's going to pass, I don't want to sub. So, do you stick to those values? Does it, I won't break my values and take the easy way out and do a shortcut or any other shortcut just to get ahead or tolerate a script, what?
Here's the thing. What I know is that whatever you do in the dark will eventually come to light, right?
Amen.
So I never compromise in that manner. I'm going to go into a profession that takes integrity seriously.
Yeah.
So for me, my ethics are very crucial, they're essential. So whenever I see those messages, either I report or I just ignore them because they come a lot.
Yeah,
I'd rather fail knowing that I tried my best than have those people that buy those papers or whatever it is. Really.
Yeah. Yeah, we need people like you. I'm not gonna lie, we do. Like, hopefully, I think if we have more youth and those youth go to run the country one day, we have less corruption. Because we really do need people in power, Panama values and principles, instead of taking shortcuts and doing it underhanded. So, yeah, that's crazy, man. No. So, what does education to you mean personally as a whole?
Well, for me, education is the way to open doors for like where I'm going. I always hear people saying this thing of education is the key to success in life. But for me personally, I believe it's just the key.
Yeah.
It's a matter of you knowing how to use it.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a weapon. It's a key. If you have knowledge which you obtain through education, you can go. You can go places with it, you know. You can have the money, but if you do not know how to use the money, it will blow away one day.
Yeah,
You have the money. But if you have the education, you have the knowledge, with that money you can use it for something better. Even if you do not have the money, you will know how to create the money.
Yeah.
But if you just have the money and you do not have the education or the knowledge, what's the point?
Yeah, and that's not to the sick one who I blow it.
You see?
So that's all. Yeah. Is that like a very disciplined person who knows what they want in life and you know where you're going in life? So, yeah, that's commendable. I'm not gonna lie to you. So, do you have any mentors, teachers growing up, people that you looked up to?
Well, yeah, I do. I do have a lot of them. Let me say this. I know it sounds awkward and everything. I have two types of mentors.
Okay.
I have the bad ones, like those ones with bad advice. Like I'll be like, I don't wanna be like you. And the reason I'm closer to them is to see their patterns. I'm like, this is the reason why
That's very smart.
they are in the situation they are in, right?
Mm.
And I'm like, I'm not gonna take those steps because I'm seeing it. So, and then I have the good ones, like the people that are up there. For example, I have spiritual parents. They're really successful and everything, and I watch closely how disciplined they are, their spiritual life and everything. So that for me is an interesting thing. And then I have the ones that I told you about, the undisciplined people and stuff. So whenever I see the patterns, I'm like, okay, I discern. I'm like, okay, the reason she's in this situation is because she did this and that and that. So I'm not gonna do this and that and that. And then like you see those things. So I'm really that's how I believe in having two types of people in your life. The one that is like not at the level you wanna be at, and the person that is at the level that you wanna be at. So that if you look at the person that is not at the level that you wanna be at, and like maybe they had dreams and they didn't fulfill it, you just ask them why is it that they are not at that level, and you hear why, and you see the steps they are taking, and you realize, oh no, that's not where I wanna go. It becomes a motivation.
It is. Because now you're like, okay, that's not the decision I'm going to take. I see where you went wrong and I'm not even going to try. So like, let's a general example, let's say you have a friend that likes to party a lot, right? You hear, you party a lot and I see consequences and where your life is not going on. So yeah, that's an interesting. I've thought about that. I'm not going to lie. I always thought we'd have mentors. In fact, personally, I'm not. Maybe it's me, but now I had a mentor because I can't grasp the concept to what is a mentor and what is the function of being in army. Do I need one? Like for me, maybe it's a Scarafi's card. It's not time yet, but for me, it's a mentor. I was like, okay, with someone, I can learn. Maybe it's because maybe I learned everything myself and I got here where I am, hard work, discipline, consistency. Maybe that's why. But you never know, maybe I'm going to need a mentor. And I've heard about offers.
Another thing with mentors is not just physical mentors, the person that you are around all the time. Sometimes that one person that you look up to that you just see on YouTube can be a mentor. So a mentor is not just a personal person that you see every day or talk to and know. A mentor is someone maybe like Miles Monroe. If you read his books, he becomes a mentor for you. The reason they talk about you having a physical mentor, someone that can mentor you one-on-one, that's beautiful. But at the same time, you do have those kind of mentors that you just look up to with like, I want to be like this person. You see? So
Interesting. Hey, I'm learning a lot. Hey, okay, I'm learning a lot. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, yeah. So mentor, I just learned something, and yeah, it's very interesting. These questions are very. I think that's the answer sheet. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know why this person accepted my questions. So, because another one is how can education be used as as a tool for social justice?
Wow. How can education be used as a tool for social justice? Okay. Before I answer that, I need to understand social justice in what terms. How does social need justice? Like, yeah.
So social, people that I don't know, the right to
Oh.
they get wrong and then you're like, okay, because they don't know people's taking advantage. I think it's in the social settings, and then I think you need to take one of your electives like you want to do human rights. So human rights is very broad and wide. So there's you can go to my patient just there and then just find the environment is not conducive because they're sick. They don't know their rights. Which you're not allowed to be that's infringement of their basic human rights because they know. So socially, I think you can play a role there with awareness, do this, don't do this, hold these people accountable, etc. etc. etc.
Okay. Well, to answer that question, I'll use that example that I told you about why the reason I wanted to become
Yeah.
At the time, if we knew our rights, that woman wouldn't have done what she did.
Yeah.
So education really plays a huge impact on like social justice. If you, as a person, you know your rights, you are educated on your rights, no one will rob you.
Yes.
No one will take advantage of you. Now people are going about crying about people taking their houses and everything. It's because they don't know their rights.
Yeah.
If they knew their rights, if they knew their rights, they wouldn't be in those situations. People are getting scammed every day on social media. People like someone will come and act as a celebrity, and then they'll send them money. If you were educated enough to know that this is a scam, a celebrity wouldn't do this.
Yeah, Cyber Security Act,
Yeah, so education is really important, and if you are educated enough to know your rights, to know about crimes here and everything, like just be educated, it will serve you a lot.
I know, man.
It will serve you a lot.
Yeah, man, hopefully this helps. I hope the purpose of this podcast does help and it does inform and educate people, because one thing I do know, people don't like to read a lot. So
you see,
that's,
and fun fact, there's this statement my spiritual father usually said. He's like, hide knowledge in a book for a black person who have succeeded, and that's such a disappointment. Really, it is. So we need to be knowledgeable people. Let's not be ignorant.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll change that culture. Hopefully.
Yeah.
Because actually definitely. Because I think this is based on Uktrayala reading. So you remember when we had a move growing up. You know, I move my family-based movies, right? And then the dad always reads to their children. You never really think about it, but I think it's because it doesn't come up. But by the time I say school and my phone, the reading is not even like
interesting.
It's just, you see, it's a thing because the dad was reading the food, and then so I think moving on, each generation, just practice that.
Yeah. Exactly.
What is a vernacular story, even if it's dialogue, information, just even like a good story. I know what this is, pick up a but so I think it's but I think you can't really change the past. I need to do the same, but you can take is it a horse or a cow to the village? Yeah, I think it's one of those animals. You take them to the lake, but you can't force it to drink. So I think alright, I think because we are the new